For years, Jax and Brittany were reality television's most notorious villains who finally found peace by retreating to a quiet life in the suburbs. They used a 2019 castle wedding and farm town aesthetics to establish their commercial viability. Together, they marketed themselves as a rehabilitated, wholesome family. Yet the moment network cameras turned back on for their grand return to television, that domestic facade dissolved. For 10 years, their marriage functioned as a joint-stock celebrity enterprise, where personal milestones were calculated to meet production demands. In this industry, the dissolution of the domestic image often generates more interest and higher ratings than its success. In December 2020, the couple was dismissed from their flagship series. Their primary television income evaporated, forcing an immediate pivot in their public strategy. They entered a multi-year suburban rehabilitation phase. This retreat was designed to overhaul a toxic public image and court new advertisers. They used their property and their family-oriented routine as defensive shields to deflect attention away from their history of infidelity and scandals. By March 2023, they launched a joint podcast. This served as a direct-to-consumer PR tool, engineered specifically to prove their marketability for a potential network return. This simulation turned their private life into a business pitch. Because their combined wealth relied on their brand as a couple, marital failure became a risk to their financial survival. This timeline correlates the production schedule of The Valley with the couple's private life, beginning with their unannounced separation on January 24, 2024. They publicly shared the news on their podcast on February 29th, exactly 3 weeks prior to the show's television premiere. Bravo immediately ordered production cameras to resume rolling, converting the real-time marital fallout into a ratings hook for the season finale. These production contracts create a cycle of codependency, where couples struggle to navigate a private breakup without risking their employment. Even while separated, their joint media ventures required them to maintain a public relationship to secure a Season 2 renewal. Their financial future remained tied to staying locked in a heavily broadcasted orbit. As the marriage collapsed, Taylor faced a severe identity crisis. He was an aging personality, realizing his manipulation tactics no longer worked on his partner. The loss of narrative control led to severe off-camera rage incidents and multiple breaches of privacy as the separation turned hostile. In late July 2024, Taylor entered a 30-day inpatient mental health treatment facility. His absence halted the suburban narrative he had cultivated, removing him from the center of production. For Cartwright, the psychological burden of defending an erratic partner eventually outweighed the commercial value of their shared brand. On August 27th, as Taylor was finishing his treatment, Cartwright filed for divorce, a decision she later said was necessary for her own health and her son's environment. The foundation of the marriage shattered the moment one partner chose personal survival over the protection of the corporate brand. This outcome aligns with an industry strategy that relies on harvesting real-life domestic misery to sustain spin-off franchises. Taylor stepped away from the very series he spent years trying to launch, liquidating his income streams to focus on his sobriety and mental health. The show's sustained success was built on the destruction of the family that originally pitched the concept. The tragedy of Jax and Brittany is the realization that they built a career in an environment where their heartbreak was their most valuable product.